Here we go. All right. Just hopping. This is very, very last minute, as most of my streams tend to be. Just hopping on here. I was actually on here for the last hour or two. I don't know if you guys get the alerts, but just doing some tests on my whole streaming system here. Trying to get the video to sync up with the audio and not to drop frames. So I'm hoping it's working better. From what I can see, it's actually seems to be working the best it's had in a long time. So it almost looks like it's in actual real time because I can actually see myself. You know, when I do this, it's going. So if you hop on, like I said, this is last minute. Say hello in the chat so I know you're here. I want to get a few people on if possible before I actually do this. It looks like someone just jumped on. Oops, no sound. All right, the sound should be back. I think I know what happened. I think I have a hotkey assigned on my keyboard here that turns off my microphone. So I got to figure out. Bear with me. And how you doing, Rich? Cool. All right, I'm gonna take a quick look at this to see what the key is, so I don't keep hitting it. I've been on here. I was on here for like an hour or two this morning, just trying to figure out why audio and video. Oh, here it is. All right, so the up and down arrows. Let me try something here. It might mute for a second, so let me see. It's not doing that. What's this? Up and down. No, it's staying on. So, all right. Somebody else jumped on too. Say hello in the chat. This was like I said, a last second thing that I'm doing here. And please let me know if the video and audio is better. If you've been to my streams in the past, if it's better than it's been. Um, because from my end, it looks pretty good. And I just want to make sure I don't keep knocking this microphone. I get the microphone right here, but for some reason it kept shutting off. So how is everybody? Oh, the two of you that are here. Feedback is always welcome. Please let me know if you can hear or you can't hear or things are fuzzy. YouTube's reporting that this stream is very healthy right now. I'm going to be doing a few of these unboxings. I have a really cool product, if you've been listening, that I found at NAM, and it actually might be here tomorrow, or actually even Thursday. It says it's in my state now. It came over from the UK, so it's in Rhode Island, and I'm just waiting on it. But it has to do with miking up a cabinet, so I'm gonna do an unboxing on that when that comes in, and then I'll probably do a video of me installing the system into one of my cabinets. So if you guys, it's called the integral miking system, and if you've never heard of it or never seen it, that'll be a good thing to check out because it was a really cool product. All right, I'll wait a few more minutes and then I'm not gonna stay on here too long. And if it looks like I'm looking up, it's because my monitor is right up high, and then I have a second monitor that's way up there, and then I have a TV monitor over here that Seinfeld's on. So if you hear, I tried to turn the sound down on that, so if you hear any background talking, it might be the TV that's on. But who else is here? I know Richard Poole is here, great, and someone else is here. So who is it? Reveal yourself. Sorry, just checking my email. Um, I posted this in the Line 6 Helix group on Facebook, so who knows, maybe one or two of those guys will hop on over right now. People could be busy too. I mean, it is 11:17 on a Tuesday morning, which I'm usually busy at this time. But anyway, if you don't know what the PedalSnake system is, I'm sure you can figure it out, or you've heard of it. It's a way to. Now, I've made my own pedal snakes, or I call them pedal snakes in the past, and I'm sure you guys have too, where you just take all your cables that are coming from your amp to your pedal board, and you kind of put them in. I got one right here. Let me see. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Probably not. Let me see. So you put them in this like sheathing, and you know, keep it all nice and neat, and then at the end you have like 4 or 5 cables splitting out of it, and you plug that into your pedal board. But the PedalSnake system, what's really cool about that is that it actually gives you power as well. It's not just the audio cables running from your amp to your board. It gives you power. So everything is combined into one really thin cable, probably the size of 2 cables. And when I open it, we'll see the size of 2 cables put together, not 4 or 5. And it's very flexible and it's customizable. And like I said, it'll supply power. I ordered the Strymon R30, the OJ power supply that they had. That was recommended to me by PedalSnake, Jody at PedalSnake. So basically what you do with that is you mount that like you would with the Voodoo pedal power. You mount that under your board, but instead of running power from your board, having to get some kind of power strip up front near your microphone on stage or wherever you put your board on stage, it the Strymon that's mounted under the board, the PedalSnake actually has a connection for it. So what you do is you plug all your audio cables in, your into your effects loop on your board and whatever else you got going on, and then you have another cable that goes to the Strymon power, and in that one, those all go into one piece. And that one cable, I got a 24 footer, I believe, that goes back to your amp, and that's where all your stuff is plugged in. So you can plug in your amp, your pedal board will be powered back there, and from what I understand, it's supposed to help with noise because the power supplies are not at the board anymore. They're not near all these electronics. The power supplies are back with your amp, all plugged into the same power strip, which is going to help with ground loop hum and noise and all that stuff. We're going to find out once I get this whole system. Now this is just the first part of the system that I have coming. I just ordered a new, I believe it was a Duo 17 board from Temple Audio, which I have the Duo 34, which has my main Helix on it. I'm going to be getting the Line 6 HX effects to go with that. It's going to go on this small board, and also my talk box and possibly my wireless, the G70, Line 6 Relay G70. Now the cool thing about the Temple boards is that they have the mounting plates, that stick on the bottom of your pedals. Then you just screw them into the board. No Velcro. So what I'm planning on doing is leaving the Helix on the big board, taking the talk box and, like I said, possibly the G70, unscrewing them off that board, screwing them onto the new board. And when I want to use the bigger board again, just unscrew it. It's a matter of unscrewing it and going back and putting that back on there, back and forth. The Strymon power supply will stay under the new board. I also have a Voodoo Lab control switcher because the Helix, while it does change channels on amps, it doesn't work well with the my GCM 2000. Doesn't like it. It just caused a massive noise with it, and I confirmed that with line 6. So nothing they can do about it. So I got the control switcher. It works great. So that also has a plate on it from Temple, and I can take that on and off both boards when I need to, if I want to switch channels on the boards. I'm just checking my software here. 0 drop frames so far. That's unbelievable. I would always have like 10% at least drop frames on this. CPU's at 34%. That's good. 29.97 frames per second. Not that you guys care about that. And sorry, I have some kind of cold or sore throat going on here, so if I sound a little weird, not that I don't normally sound weird, but so anyway, let's I'm not gonna wait around any longer. It doesn't look like anybody else is gonna be coming on. These last minute, I've got to start learning to schedule these live streams. Someone else just dropped in, so whoever you are, if you want to say hello in the chat, that'd be cool. Give me some feedback on the audio and the video on this. I've been working at it, trying to get things synced up better. Just about to do the unboxing of the PedalSnake system that I ordered. And I was just going through a little of what I'm going to be using it for, which is a new board, a smaller board, a more compact board for my tube amp stuff with the Line 6 HX effects, which I haven't gotten yet, and a new Temple Audio Duo 17 board, which I just ordered this morning. So here's the box. We got the box here. I'm going to have to switch back and forth. Hold on one second. Here's the box, right? I got the box here. It's not a giant box, but it's got some good weight to it. So we're going to start opening this thing. I think I have some scissors here. I know this is so exciting. I got a box and I'm going to open it, right? But I thought for the guys that don't know what the PedalSnake system is, or girls, you might want to check it out. So that's why I'm doing this on here. And I was happy to be on here all morning trying to get this video going better. So far, so good. So, all right, let's get this unboxed. So don't worry, I'm going to move the camera once I kind of make the first creases in this thing. So what I'll do is lower the camera a little bit. This way I don't have to hold the box way up in the air. All right, so the other problem I'm going to have now is my keyboards. I got two, you can see down here, I got 2 keyboards down here. The Logic keyboard. Check that out if you don't know what it is. It's actually pretty cool. It works. I actually won this at NAMM. It works with Logic Pro. Has all the shortcuts already built into it. As far as, play, record, go to beginning, stop. What else is on there? Rename track. It's already set up. It was like plug and play. So here we go, opening. It's like Christmas. I'll show you what we got here. So just paper. I'm just going to throw this stuff on the floor. Just paper. Not sure what that is. There's some print on it. It just looks like old paper. So you got your invoice here with everything I ordered, and I got to thank Jody at PedalSnake, who got a cool thing here to take some photos and send it to them on their Facebook and Twitter account, which I will once I get the board all set up. But yeah, Jody, they have an interesting way of how they do this. Nice cool sticker here, PedalSnake all-in-one stomp box cable. They really make you learn more about your board, your equipment, because they have a questionnaire that you have to actually go through in order to get. They want to get everything right. And Jody and I were going back for a day or two, and I felt like if it was me on his end, I probably would have wanted to kill me, because I just wasn't used to looking at the pedal board that way. All right, so what do we got here? So we got, first thing coming out is, looks like one of the power adapters. Now I don't want to say that's exactly what this is, because this is all new to me too. So it's the 21FE5R. 21FE5. So that's two of them. And then we have a single mono guitar line, 1/4 inch. All right, so this is going to be, and it's got a right angle plug on it because I asked for right angle on the board itself. So I'm guessing this is going to be the two ends. So one of them is going to the board, the other one will be back at the amp. That's one of them. And here's another one. It's got the right angle with it. Everything's labeled. Very nice. What is this? They call these pigtails. This is the P-line pigtail. This is one of them. There's two of them here for each end of the bass snake channel. So the bass snake obviously is the big thing that is connecting everything. This is the high current P-line, brings low voltage power to frontline pedals. Very cool, very cool. Again, I'm gonna have to. This is just an unboxing today. Someone else just hopped on here, so say hello if you're not afraid. Here is another G-line, I guess, guitar line, dual mono. And once I get everything out and I have all the other pieces of the pedal board that I'm building, I'm probably going to understand this a lot better. This is just, I got two of these. So since I'm gonna get, I'm not sure what this is. This is the power plug adapters. This one goes from a 2.1 millimeter plug to a 2.5, and the other one goes from 2.5 to 2.1. All right. I did this a while ago, so I don't really remember what that's for, but once I start messing around with it, figure it out. And now we have more pigtails, 2-pack for both ends of the bass snake, 2 male plugs for snake power. 2 male plugs for snake power. Sorry about the light. I'm also experimenting with different lighting in here. And then the last thing in the box is the bass snake itself. So I will open this right now. I'm not going to plug all this stuff in because I don't have anything else to plug it into. But I just want to open this to see. So yeah, this is cool. This is really cool. Very, very flexible. And they label, and you can see that, pedal end. So when you're at a gig and you're in a rush, you'll know which end goes where. PedalSnake, the tech was DI date. They made this in August of 2017. This particular bass model, bass snake. And then the other end says amp end. So this is the end that goes into your amp. So here's all the ends, the audio and power cables and all that stuff. Everything's color coded, so I'm assuming when you're doing one end, and you're putting the pieces on that you need, you can match it up with the other end. Makes sense, right? Very, very cool. This is nice. Like I said, this is, they have it. I believe it's let me bring this back up. I believe it's 18. They have an 18 footer. Don't quote me on that though. 18 footer, and this is the 24 footer. I went with the longer because some of the stages my band plays, for the most part we play, the average stage, but we do shows where the stages are, arena size stages, and I want to make sure I have enough run, so 24 feet should be enough. But that's it. Everything's out of the box. Very, very cool. I keep saying it's cool, but it is. I was pretty excited when I want to thank Eric Broadbent of EVH Gear TV, who, and now I had heard of PedalSnake in the past. I didn't really know what it was. I just kind of figured it was like every other PedalSnake that you could make on your own. I didn't really look into it, but Eric was the one that kind of made me look deeper into it and see that it's not just 1/4-inch cables going from your amp to your pedal board. It's actually a whole system to alleviate noise, get rid of ground hum, loops, all that stuff, and just one cable goes, and you don't need to have like I said earlier, a power strip at the front of the stage to plug anything on your board in with this system. Because every one of these here has a purpose. Some of them are just regular, mono guitar cables that you plug the ends into here. But there's also power going through this cable. So, like I said, I'm waiting on the Strymon OJAI, I don't know how you pronounce it, power supply, the R30, which lets you double up on like higher voltage pedals or pedals that need more power. It also has like a 9-volt, I believe it's a 12 and an 18-volt switch. So powering, like I have the Rocktron Banshee talk box, which takes a wall wart, a thick wall wart like this. Now, from what I'm told, when we were going through all this, I'm not going to have that wall wart plugged in, or maybe I do, but I won't have to have it plugged in at the pedal board. It could actually stay back. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's going to stay back near my amp. The Strymon will be under the board, and then that will attach to this. This will go back to the amp, and then Strymon also gives you this, they call it the 24-volt adapter. So at the end, the amp end, this will plug into that adapter, and that adapter is what powers the Strymon that's under the board. Now, for the talk box, I'm pretty sure one of these, or maybe even two of these, with those adapters, is for the wall wart. So I'll have to plug one of them into, here, and I'm gonna do a video on all this. But just quickly while I'm here doing this, I might as well go through it. So you plug one of these pigtails or whatever this is called into the adapter, into the talk box, and then the other end, back at the amp, will have the other end of it. So you plug the other adapter in at the back of the amp. Then you take the wall wart itself. So instead of it being on the board and plugged in up front, the wall wart will go into that adapter, and then you can have a power strip behind your amp. So you can have your amp, any wall warts that used to be on your board and very difficult to power, that with your amp and the Strymon all plugged into the same power strip, one power strip behind your amp, powering the whole thing, your whole rig. So now I can't wait. I can't wait for the rest of this stuff to arrive. The HX Effects, I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to get that, but the Temple board I just ordered today, so I'll probably have that next week. Maybe I'll do an unboxing of that. If you you happen to have never seen the Temple audio boards, I have one right next to me right here, but let me see if I can bring that down a little. There, well, there's the end of it. There's a piece of it, and there's my Helix. And here's the Temple board where leave that there. So it's got all these little plates in here that you can take out. I just took this one out, and they sell modules that go in here on the other side, which I can't show you right now because my camera won't reach over there. These unscrew out, and you can put these modules that they sell with. You do 4-cable method. It has the pass-throughs in there to do that. It has a on the other side of this. See, that's the difference now. The difference between having this big board here with the Helix, where I have to run power out of the board. On the other end, there's a power switch, and then I have to plug it in up front. This system here on the new board I'm building, I'm not gonna have to do that. It's just gonna have, it's just basically gonna be this running from my amp, and nothing else coming out of that board. So the other thing I have to figure out, and it looks like there's enough slack here, is being able to get, once this is in the Temple board, like I just showed you, it has the little hole there that you pop out. This should be able to fit if I feed this through one piece at a time. It'll stay underneath the board. I'll probably use some kind of bracket to keep it up underneath there. Then the rest of it, when I'm shutting down at a gig, the rest of it I'll unplug from the amp side, roll it up like this, put it on top of the board, put the board in the case, because I did order a case, a soft case too. So this will always stay connected to the board itself, and then in that gigs you just take the other end and you plug it in by the amp. Any questions? Not many people here today. I don't even know who's left watching. Any questions on any of this? All right, Richard, thank you. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to make sure the next stream is I give some kind of notice. This was supposed to come in yesterday, so I was going to set the stream last night for this morning, but it got delayed. Never showed up yesterday. I didn't know where it was, and then I got an alert this morning that it was being delivered today. So it actually just arrived, and as soon as I got it out of the mail, I ran up here to my studio, and I set the stream up. So nothing too exciting, but it's always cool getting new stuff. You guys know, you're waiting for that, whether it's the UPS truck, the FedEx. In my case today, it was USPS. Hot at the track, but everything came. I'm really excited to get this hooked up, and that's and you guys also know this. It sucks when you're building a rig and the first piece comes in, but you can't really do anything with it. You have to wait for the other pieces, and I don't know when the other pieces are coming. I have everything. The board is ordered, like I said. The HX Effects is the last big piece of the puzzle. I'm hoping to get this all hooked up before my next big gig, which is March 31st. Richard's asking, any patches I made using the Seymour power ramp up? No, I had that power ramp for a week, maybe 2 weeks tops, and I sent it back to Musician's Friend. It didn't work for me. It was plenty loud, it was great, but I'm coming to find that, and I probably have mentioned this a million times already, I'm coming to find that for bigger shows, I prefer using my tube amp, which is why I'm building this smaller board with just the HX Effects and going this PedalSnake route. And then for gigs that I have, a small stage, or we're required to wear in-ears, I'll use this other board that has my Helix on it, and I'll just run direct. So there was no need for me to keep that power stage, and it really was a good, really good power amp. from what I could tell, it didn't really color the sound all that much. If you just set it, it had a way you could set it neutral. But sorry about that. I'm really bad. Someone asked me. I did that. I did the EVH Gear TV show on Sunday with Eric, and played for, I don't know, 2 minutes with my Helix, and I dialed in a sound right before the show, just for the show, and it probably took me 5 minutes. Dialed it in, and then I got guys now asking me for that preset. I don't have it anymore. I didn't save it. I never save my even when I record. I hardly ever save anything. I always like starting fresh, starting new, unless I'm really, putting a track down that I want to fiddle with later. Then I will save a preset. But for the most part, I don't save them because I always think I can make a better preset or a better sound. So your best bet, and obviously, Richard, if you're still, I don't know if you're still here or not, but you're playing through a regular guitar cabinet, I'm guessing, with that power amp. Your best bet is just to hook the thing up. And I mean, most guys that are playing with this level of gear now, you know what you like. I used to buy and download, all the custom patches and presets, and from this guy and that guy, everybody, oh, this guy makes the best presets. I would get them, and they didn't sound anything like, what the demo videos or the audio demos sounded like. Didn't sound anything like that when I played it. So I gave up on that. So my suggestion is just make your own. Make your own. Trial and error. Just learn. You know what you like. You have the Matrix power amp, but now thinking tube amp. Yeah, well, yeah, the Seymour. Richard's saying he uses the Matrix power amp, but he's thinking about a tube amp. The Seymour's not tube either, so I hear a big difference between the tube power amp and the solid state. Obviously, my amp back here, between using that and using that Seymour, huge difference in sound. The punch to me is the big thing there. I mean, you can get those solid state ones really loud, but the tubes just have, I don't know, just you're lacking something with the solid state stuff. And I heard the Matrix stuff is great, nothing wrong with it, but I don't know. I'm just my likes and dislikes are always changing, and one thing that just keeps coming back is I just like using tube amps. So I'm using that as much as I can now. And when I get the integral miking system, and I get it installed, I'm gonna do a video. I think I'm gonna do a video. I'll do a live stream of unboxing it, so you guys can see. If you listen to my podcast or saw Eric's show on Sunday, it looks like a steering wheel. I went through that whole thing. So go back and watch that video, EVH Gear TV. Look it up on YouTube. I kind of explain what that integral thing is. But when I get it, I'll do an unboxing, a live stream unboxing it, just like I did today with this stuff. But I'm gonna make a video installing it into my 412, which is, you can kind of see it. There it is. I'm gonna make a video installing it into that, and then once I get a video made of how to put it in the cabinet, I will probably do a video demo review of what it sounds like. And then I'll probably do a live stream where I can actually play the damn thing in the room loud into my interface and not have to put a mic on, on the front of the cabinet, because it's going to be, if you listen to that, me explaining it, it's inside the cabinet now. So I'm going to cut this now, going over a half hour. This is what I unboxed today, PedalSnake all-in-one stomp box cable. I'll show you one last time. This is the base snake, 24 feet is the one I ordered. They have it in 18 feet. And these are what they call pigtails. Again, it shows the pedal end. It's labeled. So this goes up at your pedal board. And the other end is obviously the amp end, and that pigtails on that end. It's all color coded, so you know what you're plugging into, and that goes into your the amp side. And again, the best part about this is this also supplies power to your entire pedal board, so you don't have to ask your sound man or the venue to give you some kind of power at the front of the stage. It's all done right back at your amp. Everything's plugged into the same. Use one power strip, plug everything in, and you should cut down on your noise and all that stuff. And I think Eric had mentioned that when he was using it, he always had a noise gate on his board. And Jody at PedalSnake said, "I'm going to get you to get rid of that noise gate." So, and I guess he did. I mean, the noise gate stayed on his board, but Eric said he doesn't really use it anymore because just by separating the power components off the board and putting everything back at the amp plugged into the same power back there, it really eliminated a lot of hiss and all that extra garbage that you hear using that stuff. What do I have here? Oh, that's cool. I just got a message from Lars at Integral. In case you watch this, Lars, I want to say hi. Just got your message. Cool. What else? So yeah, so that's about it. Take it or leave it. I'll leave this up. A lot of times I'll just delete these live streams because they get old, but I'll leave this up because PedalSnake, they've been around a while, but I'm not sure how many guys actually know about it or really looked into it. Like I said, I had heard of it and didn't think twice about it until I really started digging in, and finally decided to go and get one. So I'll leave this up so people can see what it is, and maybe it'll push them towards considering getting one. So one thing I do want to ask, if you are here now, or if you're watching this at a later date when it's not live, let me know how the audio and the video is on this. If it's, and I'm checking it now, I haven't dropped any frames. CPU usage is good. So I really want to know how the audio and video, how they sync together. I guess I could, you know what? Let me try something. I'm going to play something if you guys don't mind. I just want to play. I'm going to turn my Helix on. I want to play. I got to dig out my wireless. I just want to play something real quick just to see if, when I watch this back, if the guitar is in sync with what I'm doing. So I'm going to, you know what, I'll use, since I just did the Van Halen show, I'm going to take my EVH Ernie Ball, which I've been having problems with this thing if you watch that show, but I'm going to use it anyway. And my G70 wireless. Hook it up. So when I play, I'm not going to play long. I'm just going to hit some chords. When I play, I'm going to see. It's probably going to pick up through here. So hold on. Give me a second here. All right. So what I'm gonna have to do is mute my voice here. So if I go like this. I got this back on, I think. I just wanted to do a test here. Is there an easy way? All right, so I can actually, let me try this. I'm going to try muting the guitar, the voice from here. All right, so I should be back now. But yeah, this is the Friedman model, and I'm doing this for the purposes of just making sure my audio and video is synced. So excuse the flubs. That's cool. I don't know if you guys were getting that. I hope I wasn't just muting everything here, but that's it for today. I'll move this back up. Thanks for hopping on, the few of you that did. And like I said, check out the PedalSnake again. Check it out. It seems like it's a great product, and I'll have more on that, coming up on this channel once I get everything else that I need situated and all the pieces to that. Yeah, I might even do either a live stream putting the board together once I have everything, or I'll just I'll do a video on that. But I thought I just got some kind of message and I didn't. All right, so take care. It looks like someone just jumped on while I'm signing off, but thanks for stopping by, and subscribe if you haven't. Please do. And check out Eric's show that we did this past Sunday, EVH Gear TV, right here on YouTube. Talk to you later.